Hello, this is Anthony. So, one thing that I feel is really awesome is that each type of food you eat has different qualities of energy, whether it's something that isn't very nutritious, like, in my opinion, meat or dairy, or if it's a fresh fruit or multiple fresh fruits from the farmer's market, like fresh peaches or fresh watermelon, high quality, high water content fruit, and how when you eat this high quality, high water content fruit, it's like the energy just like goes right into your stomach, gets distributed throughout your bloodstream, throughout your cells, very rapidly, to the point that it's like the energy is so good that I personally feel very euphoric. Euphoric in the sense of like, oh my god. I feel like I'm like high on marijuana or high on like LSD, something. It's like there's this harmonious support being distributed throughout my bloodstream, throughout my cells, and I'm just like blissing out. And that's why I'm bringing up the different energy qualities of, for instance, watermelon or Asian pears, peaches, dates and bananas are great. They're a little bit drier, and you have to supplement by drinking water while eating them, which is like a small compromise by all means. But watermelon is fucking amazing. So good. Just taking down a like 15-pound watermelon. Oh. The other day I went to the Berkeley Bowl store here in Berkeley and grabbed one 28-pound watermelon and then I think like an 18 or 19-pound watermelon. And the 18-pounder was so big, it looked like a really big animal or something. It was like this like semi-sentient being that I'm gonna take into my body. Like, how freaking incredible. I'm gonna open the I'm gonna open the blinds so it's sunny. Yeah, I definitely I'm not a promoter of marijuana or alcohol or any substances for that matter. I mean, I actually really value the influence of children because children are all about the imagination. They're all about promoting like unconditional love, and children haven't been conditioned into certain societal beliefs that I feel are very toxic and poisonous in subtle ways and can really like stop people from holding space to be creative. And that's why I feel like children are such valuable teachers. And over the last 6 to 8 months, I've really been getting into seeing imagination as a supplemental visionary tool because it's so much fun. And in my mind, substances like marijuana, ecstasy, alcohol, cigarettes, like coke, whatever the substance is, whatever the addiction is, like I'm not into it, and I don't think it's helping people. I really feel like addictions are a great way for people to put on a mask and for them to mask themselves from who they really are. So earlier when I mentioned fruit makes me feel like I'm high on like something that I have a reference from in the past, like maybe marijuana or uh, LSD, maybe mushrooms, like super cool, but it's not sustainable, and I've definitely been traumatized through doing like mushrooms or LSD. Um, yeah, and considering that fresh fruit is full of vitamins and minerals, it's very harmonious, it's very supportive, um, it's very good for us to build. It's very good for us to build pathways in our brain where we consider fruit and vegetables as our predominant food source. Because since I've been eating more fruits and vegetables since 2011 and going on periods of eating all fruits and vegetables, those times have definitely been some of the times when I've had the highest amount of significant mental clarity and been able to really participate within my own consciousness with looking at society and how society is and how society survives as an organism and how it doesn't survive and how it's unhealthy and how there are compromises that are like destroying, in my opinion, some of the main highest values of the human experience, community, being able to be around people in valuable ways without other cultures being like cut in half or really shitty products being made in other countries, and in the process of that their countries becoming polluted and then our earth being treated as some disposable non-sacred item, which is definitely not the case. All of us are only here because we're consisting of the minerals and the materials of this earth. Each and every one of us, whether we want to believe it or not, scientifically, spiritually, whatever, all of us are made of particles and materials that come from this earth. And if you try and sustain yourself off of artificial materials like GMO foods, processed sugars, bullshit food that isn't really food, what do you think's gonna happen? You're gonna get diseases. Your body's not gonna be able to rebuild itself. And in the process of that, all I can really recommend is re-educating yourself and not listening to doctors, not listening to people that are educated with old paradigm information, because a lot of people are educated with information that's going to help them get paid, and it's not going to help you get healthy or fit. It's going to give you disease. So with that said, happy hydration. I would recommend drinking enough water until you can see that your urine is clear. Otherwise, you're dehydrated. And eating plant-based food. But if you can get some yummy sweet fruit, grab some of that, chow it down, chow it till you're full, and then you'll be satisfied. Yesterday, I work as a bicycle courier in San Francisco. I deliver food by bicycle. I was on a 2-lane road, 2 lanes going west, 2 lanes going east. I was going west. This taxi was behind me. I pulled over into his lane. He got upset, like almost ran into me, and then braked right before he got to me. He said to me, like, he rolled down his window, pulled up next to me. He continued driving and talking to me. He said something to me like, "Are you European? like, and I was like, what? What are you talking about? And then he's like, are you gay? And I was like, what the fuck, man? What's this all about? And he just got really pissed, and he sped off and stopped at the intersection because there was a red light. And then I rode past him and said, I hope you can really heal the hate in your heart, bro. And then I took a left and then took a right on a different street. And then he ended up like predicting where I was, like 2 blocks away, and tried throwing coffee at me. And it was so ridiculous. This guy, like, putting on such an interesting character. Like, what the heck? And I just ate some peaches. I went to the farmer's market like an hour before that and got some peaches from one of the first people I met in San Francisco, like a very dear friend of mine, and just ate those peaches and like just sat in the sun and just like chilled out and was like, all right, I'm not going to take this personally. This guy is tripping. This guy has some values in his heart that are, in my opinion, not serving him. But hey, we're all our own person, and he's going to do what he's going to do, and I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And if he wants to almost run into me and then insult me and then try and throw coffee at me because I'm like conflicting his soul, cool, like by all means, let's rock it. All right, have a wonderful evening, and say hi to your heart for me.